What's up everybody, it's Royal J and I am here with another video, and this is my Real Housewives of Atlanta review. I'm not talking about the whole entire show. Cynthia and Kenya sit down and they're talking about her dad. And Kenya told Cynthia that her dad think that Matt should get more therapy, he should get therapy, that he should work on himself, and she should do the same. Certain things work for certain people, so maybe they do need therapy and they should get it together, or they should just be apart. It shouldn't be no therapy, it should be nothing. Y'all should be apart because apparently y'all are not meant for each other. Different people bring out different things in each other. You know, Kenya is holding on to something that really doesn't need to be held on to. She says that if he doesn't work on himself and better himself, he's gonna be done with him, as she should. Peter and Todd meet up, and Peter is at a dealership. He's getting a new car, and I'm thinking it was a Mercedes. I think it was a Mercedes or a Benz. So Peter invites Todd to his grand opening for his club, Club One. She heard from Peter because Peter called her and invited her to his grand opening. And Cynthia feels some type of way that he didn't invite her, and go over, and Todd and Candy are in their home, in their living room or den or whatever, and they're talking about the whole situation with her, Portia, and Sheree going to meet up. So they're talking about that whole thing with all them three meeting up, and she was saying how, you know, Portia was bringing up all that stuff, and Todd said something that I believe it is, like, it's so true, because I feel like they look for situations to kind of argue with each other, to have a storyline, and that's all it's about. You know what I'm saying? He didn't verbatimly come out and say that's what it was. He was just like, y'all look for reasons to argue, and like, I don't like Don Juan at all. After they talk and communicate about that, Todd shows Candy a picture of her planner. I'm assuming he planned and does her events and everything. He posted, his name is Johnny, he posted a picture on Instagram of him, Candy, Todd, and some other people in the background. And she hired him at the candy factory, and he planned her events. He was her wedding planner and all of this stuff. She said she had to let him go because he was, I guess, slacking. You know, she said he dropped the ball, so I'm assuming he was slacking. He wasn't really putting in effort, maybe. So that when he posted his picture on Instagram, the caption said, before I had to separate the real from the fake, some people only use you when they can benefit from you, which is so true. When the benefit stops, so does the loyalty. Something that was going on that kind of made him question her loyalty for him. He has his own business where he does different events, but Candy hired him to do her events, and was getting, you know, referring him to other people and telling them how good he does for him to, you know, collect his money for his business. Another thing I forgot to mention, that at the end of their conversation, she, at the end, you know, in her confessional, she was like, oh, how Portia know that Phaedra, but she said Frat, is over there freaking and all of that stuff. So that's another attempt saying that, you know, she's messing around and cheating, but you were just saying that you didn't say she was cheating. But now you saying in your confessional that she is freaking and doing all this other stuff with people. So I feel like Sheree is kind of like the Carly Red of the Housewives of Atlanta. Like, she carries the drama. She goes to everybody, telling everybody what this person said about that person and what they said about them. Candy going to her event, her bedroom candy event, goes, and Don Juan and everybody is showing her the room. And he comes over, looking in papers and stuff, and she pulls him to the side to talk to him about his Instagram post, about what he was saying about her. She said, you know, why after she paid him, he all of a sudden feels some type of way. He says, back in February, when it was like, we're leaving you with your full-time duties, he felt like they could have been close enough to have a conversation where she could have came to him and spoke to him about how she felt or whatever. Candy expressed to him that the reason he was let go was because he has his side business. And when he gets a call or something, he drops everything and abandon what he is doing with her to go over to his side business and deal with that. She told him, you know, it's up to Don Juan to let you go. He told Don Juan that he felt some type of way or whatever, and Don Juan told him, well, you never told me you felt any type of way. And Johnny tells him, you know, because it wasn't directed towards you, it was directed, you know, towards Candy. And he was like, but I'm the one, Don Juan was like, I'm the one who let you go. Like, I don't like Don Juan at all. He should replace Candy in the intro from holding her peach and let him hold a peach for her. And he the one should be wearing the dress that she's wearing in the intro, because every time Candy has a problem, it's always Don Juan in the middle commenting or something, and it's like, your opinion isn't needed. I feel like Candy is a grown woman. She should be able to handle her situations the best way she can. And every time you turn around, you opening your mouth and you coming at saying something about somebody slick. Give you an extra convo if I pay you every week or whatever. Now, I don't agree with Johnny to a certain extent. If you agree with her to have you know, you agreed to the pay, you accepted the pay and what she was willing to pay you. If you accepted it, why are you making a big deal out of it now because you was let go? Why you didn't make a big deal out of it the day y'all had that conversation about what she had to pay and what she would pay you and owe you or whatever? Why didn't you have a conversation about that if you wanted more money and you felt like it wasn't worth what you were doing and you demanded more? Why didn't you have that conversation with her and tell her? Now, I don't agree with him with that, but I do agree with him saying that they all should have had a conversation and sat down. So I'm getting from this whole thing is lack of communication. And so you think what I was doing is worth, you know, what you were giving me, and that's what she was talking about, you know, the whole pay and all of that stuff. And she was like, she don't give a fuck because he accepted the pay. So why you know what I'm saying, what's the problem now? You know, if you felt like it wasn't worth, the money wasn't worth what you were doing, then you could have went to Don Juan and said something to Don Juan. She told him, you know, I'm taking my fake check, I'm not paying you no more. Now, I don't want to talk about Portia because I'm not interested in Portia right now. She's not really giving us nothing. Why didn't her and this guy go to a hotel? Why are you in your mother's house sneaking, whispering when you're grown and you have money and you could go to a hotel? And should have paid for the hotel for y'all to go to? Or I don't know. I'm not understanding this logic. Bob needs to stop sweating. I don't care about Sheree and Bob, but Bob needs to stop sweating, because every time he sweat and I see him on the show, I instantly feel like I am in a sauna. Like, why are you sweating? It's air conditioned in that place, I'm sure, and Sheree wasn't sweating, and Sheree was doing more than he was. So I don't know why every scene he's sweating. Get that fixed, Bob. Get that fixed, please. Johnny goes to Phaedra's office to talk to her about this whole situation with Candy, and Phaedra was acting like she didn't know which Johnny was coming to the office, which I'm sure they had a conversation before he came, and she was like, you know, pretend like, you know, I'm going to pretend like I didn't know you were coming. So he walks in and he's telling, you know, she was talking to her assistant or whoever, the girl that was sitting there, and she was telling her about how him and Candy does business and whatever, how they know each other. So he tells her, you know, yeah, that's why I came here to talk to you about. Phaedra said in her confessional that he was like basically him and Candy was just so close, and she was like, he did everything when it came to her wedding. He was a chauffeur, he was the assistant, he was the planner, he was this and that. And she made a joke about this whole Candy is running a plantation over there. She talked about the whole situation with Todd in the confessional. She was like, she wouldn't send anyone to work with him. And now that makes me believe even more that Candy is telling the truth about Phaedra going around telling people not to work with her and Todd. After that little commentary that she gave in the confessional, it made me really believe what Candy was saying. Long story short, Phaedra didn't take the case because she says she's not petty wop. She don't want Candy and her peasants to come for her, and she don't want the old lady gang coming for her either. So she just left it, but her as an attorney, she's going to help him find someone that could work with him and help him out. So that's good for Phaedra for not being petty. But me personally, I would have took the case. I'm just saying. Talking to Cynthia about Matt and telling her how Matt has been going crazy, and Matt posted something on Instagram, a video saying that, saying that he was supposed to go to Peter's grand opening and his flight got canceled, and Kenya is the one who canceled it. He texts her, and this is exactly what he's saying, and I'm reading my notes. I promise I'm going to make it my business that you never want to talk to me again. Do anything to manipulate me again in any situation. At this point on, I promise you in every fiber of my being, you are going to regret it. Call the police, flirt with another guy, you'll regret it. Come to me with open arms. Kenya feels like he's threatening her, and that do kind of sound like a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be a little afraid too, but who knows? Kenya could be lying. She probably fabricated that text. We don't know. Peter's event. Todd is there. Kenya, nobody is there. It was some people, some extras that they hired that were there partying and drinking and eating and whatever. Well, Cynthia comes first. Cynthia is talking to Peter. Now, she did the right thing because Todd was just sitting right there just watching and looking, just waiting for them to spill some type of tea. So she pulled him to the side. They go outside. They flirting and laughing and giggling at the beginning. She's saying he looks good. He complimenting her and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Told him that about this whole thing with Kenya and Matt and stuff like that. And he was like, oh, you know, he's not here, blah, blah, blah. Kenya pulls up, and as soon as she pulls up, Matt pulls up. What a coincidence, right? And they show Matt, they put underneath his name, Kenya's emerged boyfriend. Now, why y'all gotta do that? Why y'all gotta do that? That ain't right. That ain't cool. He ain't emerged. He's just emotional right now. He's just a little sad. Matt, you know, walks to the door, and he says that all we heard was, you know, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. And all of a sudden we hear the driver saying he hit me. He hit me. So Kenya is talking to Cynthia about what was going on and what was happening, while Todd and Peter was outside talking to Matt on the phone. And Matt told him that, you know, he wanted to talk to her. He was asking to talk to her, and the driver was rolling his neck up in the window. And he said he slapped the fuck out of that nigga. You know, every time I try to make an attempt, she pushes him away, and then she will call him for him to come back. He would come back, and then she'll push him away, and she'll remove him away and tell him to go and stuff like that. So Peter, you know, told him again, like, just leave it alone, walk away. He was like, oh, to give her the message and tell her to leave me alone. So as we see that it's not just Matt, it's Kenya too, because if this man is doing so much and he's scaring you so much, why you keep calling him to come back? Why you keep calling for conversations? Because now in the next episode, we see he's going to break her car window. We see that he breaks the garage window, and it looked like they splattered some red paint on the glass to make it seem like it was blood. I don't know, but them two need to leave each other alone. But I feel like Kenya she's the one, something wrong with her. She's unstable as well. It ain't just him, it's her too. Because I don't know, if you're going to be so afraid of this man and you're so scared of him and he's so dangerous, leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave him alone. But I don't know. That was my mini Real Housewives of Atlanta review. The reason why I did another review, because I got a lot of views, over 200 views of my last Real Housewives of Atlanta review. So if you haven't watched that, I don't know, go on to my channel and watch the video or whatever. If you like this one, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Look down in the description box and follow all my social media, and I will see you in the next video. And I hope you guys are having a great new year, a wonderful new year. So I will see you in the next video. Peace.